We are live here at Plaza Honda with Phil Kogan. Just wanted to say hello to all you folks. We're not going to answer any calls right now because Phil has... the topic today is finding time for it all. And we all have these really, really hectic lives that we live, right? Between work and family and kids. And just kind of trying to find time to do the right thing. So we're both at work today. But Phil, tell us about your morning today.
My morning. Well, my daughter had a sleepover, actually. So my morning was, instead of waking up 2 kids, today I woke up to 3 kids. Played around, had some breakfast, got dressed, showered, got dressed, and here we are in this fine establishment.
Actually, Markiss, you're 100% right, and that's the purpose of this live, is finding time and making time for it all. You know, time is an invention. My day started today at 5:30 this morning. I woke up, I did my first live at 6:30. I was out with Duke. After I went to the gym, took my daughter to a cheer competition, and then headed into work. And now it's my wife and I time, right? And I think Phil's going to do the exact same thing.
For sure.
He's leaving work, and he's going to go and spend some time with his wife over at the Kettle Black. He's going to have a few drinks and just some normal conversation, you know. I always say to people with kids, kids will ruin your life if you don't focus on what brought you and your wife or your husband or your girlfriend or your boyfriend together, right? You always have to make that time and find that balance between what brought you guys together. And 100%, if you never stop doing the things you did in the beginning, there will never be an end. So thank you, Mr. Markiss Stone. I appreciate you every single day. Lots of love going your way. But time is an invention. And it's the biggest excuse that most people have, right? Like,
100%.
I asked Phil, you know, the other night, I asked him, Phil, did you go to the gym? And he gave me the excuse of I didn't have enough time, right? And I said, come on, how could you say that? How could you say you don't have enough time? So what are some of the things you're going to be doing moving forward to make more time?
Well, I think when people say or use the time excuse, that's kind of our default defense mechanism. It's I don't have time. That's the easy thing to say. But I think you made a great point in another one of your videos a few days ago, where you made an example of waking up just 1 hour early every day. I don't remember the exact math, but it gave you a lot of extra time. If you add it all up, it might not seem a lot for that one day, but you do it over a period of time.
Compounded, right?
100%.
So yes, absolutely. Waking up 1 hour early each day will give you 365 more hours per year, which is 8,760 minutes and 525,600 seconds. That's the equivalent of 9 40-hour work weeks. And so the question I pose, if you had 9 more weeks to accomplish your goal, to complete more tasks, to spend more time with family, spend more time doing things that are important to you, how would you feel about that? You know, and what could you accomplish? And when you start to ask that question, you start to somehow figure out how you're going to make that time. But it all boils down to one thing. You got to ask yourself what you want. And I think that's the one thing that we struggle with and we stay away from. You know, when you look at yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself a question, if you don't give yourself an answer, that's a problem. You know, you need to look into that mirror. You need to have... like David Goggins says, you need to have an accountability mirror. You need to have a mirror that you stare into, and it has everything that you want to accomplish. And when you look at it, it reminds you of everything that you're supposed to be doing. So let me just see. So absolutely. So whenever someone says, I don't have time, put for that at the end of it, right? I don't have time for that. And if that is not important enough, then I guess you're never going to make the time. I guess that's where we're going, right, Markiss? We got Enrique just joined. You got a few people on here. But, you know, making time for it all is very important, man. I can't emphasize this enough, but we have one life. You have one shot at this. And you got too many people walking around the world like they're coming back. You know, and I think Gary Vaynerchuk puts this the best. You know, he says, you got one effing life and people are walking around like they're coming back. What are they doing? You know, what are people doing to their bodies? What are they eating? exercise? What are they consuming? And it's just, you think about these things, and those people that think that they're going to come back and not realize the opportunity that they have here today is a real shame. I mean, you could have been born a ladybug or what? Or a tree.
Right.
You know, the fact that you're a human being, I think, is absolutely amazing, right? We have that ability to think. We have that ability to analyze. We have that ability to dream. And if we put deadlines on those dreams become goals. And we turn those goals into plans. And if we just walk that walk and execute our plan, we'll get to our goal, which will ultimately get us to our dream. But if you don't ask yourself that question, how do you know where you're headed, right? And I give this analogy all the time with my salespeople, right? The navigation system, if you don't know where you are, you can't control where you're going, right? Like a navigation system, the most important element is knowing your current position. You can type in any address in the world. If that navigation can't find you, your location, it can't navigate you to where you want to go. It can't tell you how far to go, how fast, where to turn. It just can't get you there. So knowing where you are has everything to do with controlling where you're going. So let's see. If someone says, hey, let's work out, and you're like, I don't have time for that. But then you see, let's see, I got to expand this, Markiss. But then you see them watching Netflix. It put things into perspective. Yeah, you got to prioritize. And I think that that's the one thing that planning out your day, you know, I do this live at night, plan today for tomorrow. And that's you kind of analyzing, taking your thoughts, right? That first creation, putting it on paper and documenting it, and then evaluating it, you know, looking at it and seeing what's important to me and what's not. And if it's not important, get it off your list because it's mental clutter, right? Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate that. So, yep, here we are. Just talking. Mark Rodriguez, thanks for joining, my man. Marcus, thanks for the love, bro. I really, really, really want to get together with you. And actually, I'd love to do a live with you, you know. I watch you every morning and just your energy and what you bring to the table. There's always someone out there going through something, and you really inspire and motivate and bring light to someone's life, you know. And if you can just affect one person, I think for the both of us, that's it for us, you know. Let's do it, definitely. Mark Rodriguez, what's up? So, Phil, what do you want to add, my brother?
That's pretty much it. Recapping the night to all the folks in the business. Crunch time.
What business?
In the automotive business, it's crunch time, month end. So get your numbers up, hit your quotas, and rock out these last couple of days.
Yep, you got 4 days, man. Listen, and when you start to break those 4 days down into its simplest form, I mean, you find there's 24 hours in each day, right? So you have what is that? I'm doing the math here. 96 hours to do what you want to do, right? And how do you spend those 96 hours? So if you start planning your day and you start writing down every single task, everything you do, and how much time it takes you to complete that, you're going to find there's so much more to the day than you give it credit for, right? So much more than you can imagine. So are you, brother. Yeah, you're replying to Mark. Appreciate it. Listen, so we're not going to keep you much longer. You guys have an amazing evening. We got Super Side wants to get into the live. Come on. Super Side. You got the guys. You know, they see what's going on. We got Dave the Wave. And they just love the energy, right? And so you got to surround yourself with like-minded people. You know, when you can align yourself with like-minded people, you know, it's hard to soar like an eagle when you're amongst pigeons, right? So surround yourself with other eagles. If you're a lion, align yourself with other lions. If you're a human, align yourself with other humans, right? If you're a good person, hang around good people. And if you're a bad person, stay away from me, right? No negativity. That's what we got. So, yeah, Mark Rodriguez, you be great. Anthony Aquilino, my man. How you doing? That's it, man. Listen, you got one life. Live it, man.
We all get the same 24 hours. No excuses.
Come on, keep going.
That's it. That's all I
Let's
got.
go.
That's all I had.
That's the recap.
Mondays don't suck. Your job does.
Mondays don't suck. Your job does. We all get the same 24 hours. I love it, right?
No excuses.
It's about culture, right? Where you breed a certain level of expectations, right? And people see that. They just want to be a part of it. Why? Because positivity breeds positivity. Negativity, get it out of here. Get it out of your life.
putting in there.
What do you got, Imran? You got anything you want to say to the nice folks?
He says your job sucks.
That's good.
Job never
What?
sucks. You suck.
What?
That's what
People
you
wake
think
up. No.
That's what
People,
Monday never. Monday.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Another day.
When I was working in
But
KFC,
if
I used to wake up every day. Oh fuck it,
All right.
mind my language.
No,
Sorry for the
but
language.
you gotta do if you're working in KFC, you gotta make your best way to do it. You can go out.
That's
All right.
that's
So
what it is.
why you putting everybody jobs?
What
Like,
do you
go
mean
work
put
there
everybody
then.
All right,
What
right.
you say? That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what,
Little
bro?
debate,
Get the
little debate.
negativity out of
Little
here.
You see what's
Friendly
going on
debate.
over here? It's you give someone a little bit of light, and all of a sudden they want to steal the show.
They want to take the light
Look,
bulb
just
out of your-
we wish you all an amazing Sunday, right? And look, I just look at Phil. He's just staring at that computer, watching the numbers. Forget about the numbers, Phil. The numbers are going to be there when we get off. All right? What's important is what's going on right here. And right now, you got people sending you hearts.
Right here.
What do you want to
guys.
say to them back?
I appreciate it.
We
Have a-
say the same
hearts.
back to you, all right? We heart you too. Come on, Sangeeta, come on in.
just
Dave, what do you got to say to the folks? Come on. Dave's going to say, come on. Go ahead.
Alright, so I didn't really have a good month this month, but I'm not being negative about it. You know, I'm trying to keep the positive energy up. But, you know, I tell myself next month is going to be a better month.
Month is not over. We got 4 more days, Dave, the way.
So I didn't have a good start, but, you know,
Hey, listen.
no negativity though. So,
You didn't have a good start, but you
Yeah.
can have a strong finish
yeah.
if you
4 days left.
simplify the next 4 days. Right?
Yeah.
You got 96
6 hours.
more hours left in this month, right?
Correct.
But what's important is to take away, and reflecting probably is the most important thing you could do. Reflect upon your month. However you started, you didn't get the results you wanted. So you have to reflect on that, figure out
change.
what you would change,
Change.
and speak to your future self,
Correct.
right? So you can add that sofrito, so to speak, for my Spanish people, the sofrito, right? It's the flavor into this next month.
Or the MSG for the Chinese people.
Oh, MSG, he went there, right? He went there.
That's right, baby.
Make next month be a better month, bro. I
not
once
make, it's
sold
gonna
10
happen.
cars in 2 days. So Enrique sold 10 cars in 2 days.
Oh, that's great.
All you got to do is ask, believe, and receive.
That's it.
Right? You gotta speak it into existence. If you could see it in your head, and you could put it on paper, roadmap it, and you can execute, you can get wherever you want to go.
What's that you
That's
say,
right.
Chris? Plan and what? Plan and execute, right?
Plan and execute. So, what do you want to say to end your live, Mr. Phil?
Pretty much the same thing. Strong close for the car guys. A couple of days left. Strategize and plan ahead to have a strong close for everyone.
Jed saying hello to Phil.
Jed Kass, hey man, what's going on? Long time, Jed Kass.
Who else do we have on here? So, any questions from you guys? Phil Kogan is the bomb. He absolutely is.
My boy.
Any questions from our viewers out there? How's your day going? How are you spending this Sunday? You planning today for tomorrow? Are you thinking about sizing up your day? Are you looking at your day as an opponent, right? As if you were a boxer and sizing that day up, knowing where its weaknesses are, knowing where its strengths are, and knowing where you want to take that day, right? Make that day fight your fight by setting your goals, your targets, plans, and executing. All right?
Chris, I see you tomorrow, brother.
All right, they're saying goodbye. You guys, be great.